And let me tell you the very first thing I fucking learned during this experiment. My confidence has never been better. And this makes sense in a couple different ways. One, because when you don't have the option to have a buffer, you have to go through life without it. And you learn really quickly it's actually not that scary. And then your brain learns how to do that more and more and more. The brain learns how to do something. The more safe it feels, the more familiar it feels, much like a muscle, the easier it is to do. And so I am involved in a couple different organizations that include happy hours and meetings, most of which contain alcohol. And I learned really quickly, I'm awesome and hilarious and intelligent and communicative, and I don't need a beer or two or a glass of wine or two to get any of that across. And B, it's almost easier to not have it. Going out, for example. Not that I go out a lot, but for the nights that I did find myself out at a bar a little bit later in the evening, my go-to drinks would be like the non-alcoholic Heinekens, which non-alcoholic options, that's a whole different video. They're becoming more and more popular. I can talk about my favorites if you'd like that information. Actually, I'll link below. I have this alcohol alternatives that don't taste like shit guide. I'll have that linked below in the information. You can grab that right there. It's free, obviously. So my go-tos at the bar would be like a Heineken Zero or a soda water with lime, because it also then it looks like you're drinking a vodka soda. And not that people really question you much, but hey, why not? I feel like that feeling of something in your hand was half the battle. So why fight all the battles when you don't need to? So I would find going out that as long as I had something in my hand, and it was actually easier to go through the evening, because previously I had experienced this sort of paralyzation of waiting for the drinks to hit so that then I could be confident. And when you go into the evening knowing that's never going to happen because I'm approaching this sober, your only choice was to be confident from the get-go and just not care and just have fun. And when we're not introducing things that are that are toxic to the brain, that are depressants, then it also is easier for our nervous system to regulate in that moment and have that internal safety, i.e. internal confidence. So to say that was something I didn't know I was going to learn is to say the least. But if that's the only takeaway I got, which to be fair, that's the biggest, most impactful takeaway for me, then that was so worth the attempt of a sober year.